Hello. Before we start, a brief reminder. On Tuesday, 8th of December, at 1800 CET, I am having a talk about creating open-source software for end users. The talk is hosted by Python Croatia Group. The details are in the description. I am turning this into a small series, and this particular video will cover some general open-source topics. All examples are from my DMP project. Open source really means that the source code is publicly available, in this case on GitHub. There is usually a license covering the permissions, limitations and conditions of use. In this case, it is MIT license, one of the most permissive open source licenses. Basically, you can use this software in almost any way you wish as long as you don't nag me about it. Beside the license file, there is usually a README file. For smaller tools, it can contain the whole documentation. In this case, the documentation is hosted elsewhere. I will cover it in detail in one of the next videos in this mini-series. DMP also has a separate home page, and it is also available as a Python package. And there is the link to the code. But, besides the 4 links at the bottom and a short introduction, there are also 5 shields just below the title. They tell us important things. The first one tells us that the project can be built without issues. It links to Travis CI. Travis CI is a continuous integration platform, supporting development process by automatically building and testing code changes, and providing immediate feedback. And it is free for open source projects. Every time a change to the source code is pushed to the repository, Travis deploys it and runs all the tests. It takes just over a minute to run everything for this project. The results are then reported back to GitHub and also to coveralls. The second shield tells us that the documentation can be built without issues. As I said, that will be covered in one of the next videos. The third tells us that DMP has 100% test coverage. It links to the aforementioned coveralls. Coveralls is a service that shows and drills down test coverage of a project. Again, free for open source. You can drill down by folder and file and then open any file and see the coverage. In this particular case, I added a general exception when dealing with user-uploaded content. It is something one should do very occasionally. And it cannot really be tested. If I knew a real example, the exception would not be as broad. The last shield tells us which is the latest version on the Python package index. DMP can be used as a standalone application, but it can also be integrated into a larger application, as a Python package. PyPy is where Python packages live. I will not go into technicalities in this mini-series. Remember, the CI result gets back to GitHub. Then it can be routed to other services, as in this case to Heroku, where continuous deployment is set up. We use it for creating documentation and videos, which is also good manual testing. This is quite usual for open source projects. But, most of them are targeting software developers, not end users. For end users, much more is required, which will be covered in next videos. One per week for several weeks will be from this mini-series. The actual talk it will be based upon is on 8th of December 2020. The details are below. Subscribe, like, share and comment. Thanks. At the end, links to relevant content. The video about tests, series about DMP, series about music publishing and one more video recommended by YouTube. See ya.